it's Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Still kind of riding the high over you singing A Whole New World, so thanks for making my day.
Is that a high to be ridden? I don't think so. It was...
Like, I'm seriously telling you, I got more joy out of that than anything I've gotten joy out of for like the last 3 days. Let's just say that. I mean, I love my kids. I really do, but I'm just saying, over the last 3 days, the best thing that happened to me was hearing you sing that song, all right? Don't take this from me.
I'm not going to take that away from you, but I will just point out to the listeners, Falcon's life could be crushingly boring. Because to find joy in me singing horrificitly part of your world is...
It was so good.
Is something spectacular.
It's just the emotion you brought into it. Like, you could have just bailed it in, man. You could have just been like, I'm going to say the words and kind of sing, I guess. But you were bringing, like, just expression into it. I could see the expression on your face, even though I couldn't see it. It was good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I tried. I put in a modicum of effort.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming through on the spirit of the bet. That's very nice. I do have a bit of a concern, though, because I want to say there were maybe 10, 15 seconds of dead air in between the end of the podcast and when you started singing.
That was...
So I'm willing to bet a lot of people were like, oh, the podcast is over, and switched over to something else without even knowing. There was a full 3.5 minutes of Somicron singing back there.
Okay, one, that is the intended purpose.
That's what I thought.
Two...
I could tell.
People can see, like, on their podcast player that there's still, like, 3 minutes left in the recording. Like, it shows you the progress. Yeah. Like, most people will be fine.
When I listen to podcasts, especially ones that I know well, I can tell when they're signing off, and then I just end it and start a new one. I never check how much time is left, because I know when they're done.
Well, when I listen to a podcast, I just let it play to the end, because then it deletes it from my... Once it, like, the app reads that it's done... It just deletes it. So if you know, when it stops, it'll delete, and if it keeps going, there's still more. Right?
True.
I just let it finish, let it play.
What I'm trying to say here is, if you listened to the podcast last week and didn't know there was Somicron singing at the end of it, go back and listen. It will be worth your time there.
Did you just load up StarCraft?
Uh-huh.
You're playing StarCraft during a podcast?
No. I need to delete a replay, because I just cast a replay.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do to make sure I don't cast it again, because I've done that before, because my brain is tapioca pudding, is I'll go in and just move the replay to another folder so I don't make that mistake again.
Okay. You don't...
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Alright. I would have just opened up the File Explorer in Windows and found it, but okay.
See, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Because there's all these replays named Jadong versus Sky, and they're all just numbered in front of them. I didn't know it was 3606. Well, until I came in and looked at it. So I'll be fast. Don't worry.
Playing video games during the podcast.
I know, right? For shame. 3606. All right, got it. We're good. We are good.
All right. Okay then.
So let me tell you about my my TV adventures this last weekend.
Hold on, didn't the trailer announcement for season 7 of Letterkenny come out within the last 3 days?
Sure, why not? It's coming back in October. I don't watch trailers.
Right, but I thought that was the announcement. I thought that would have been more enjoyable than singing.
Oh, I don't know. I knew it was coming back.
Okay.
Like, it's been scheduled for a long time now. I knew it was coming back in October before I was done watching the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't news.
All right.
I mean, if it was like, I didn't know there was going to be a new season, and then they announced it, I'd be like, yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
But that's not what happened.
Not what happened.
No, there's a lot of stuff in October, though. My Hero Academia comes back in October.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. What else is on my list? There's other stuff. I can't remember right now, but... Anyway, so... Let's see. I was in a place to watch kind of another... kind of a drama-style show in addition to the anime that I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Fire Force at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And... So I got some recommendations from people that I work with.
Okay.
So I got a recommendation to watch The Royal Gemstones, which is an HBO show about like these super corrupt church people
Mm-hmm.
in middle America, which is totally a thing, and it makes me sad. So it's a pretty funny premise. There's funny stuff that happens, but I don't like any of the characters, and the overall premise was like, I don't really want to watch people getting fleeced out of their money every week. So I watched the first episode, and then I was like, not for me.
Okay.
So then I tried Ozark, which is a Netflix show starring Michael Bateman that won an Emmy last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the same thing. The first episode, there's nobody I like in the entire episode. Everybody's despicable. Everybody's just either incompetent and stupid or like evil. So I need somebody to root for in my TV. I think I've talked about this before. I need someone to identify with and who I want to succeed. And if every single person is despicable and I can't relate to them at all, I'm out. So no more Ozark.
All right.
This is a good adventure so far.
Yeah.
And then I tried watching Fleabag on Amazon because I have all of the streaming services known to man.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, am I paying more than it would have been for cable with like premium channels? Maybe. Entirely possible. Anyway. So I did Fleabag. And I was expecting Fleabag to be a little bit more lighthearted, maybe some better characters. No! Everybody in Fleabag also sucks. So I was like, why? Why is this a thing in TV today, Somicron? Why do people make TV shows just full of horrible individuals doing things?
Yeah. I have no clue. Those two shows are definitely indicative of all of TV at the moment. Yeah.
Three
sorry.
shows.
I was so bored I miscounted.
Ouch.
I don't know. People like the antagonist view. I don't know. I think people like seeing. I think this like may have started around Breaking Bad and being like Walter White's descent into evil. It really kind of kicked off a lot of shows being like, oh, maybe people do want to see like an antagonistic viewpoint narrative, and so
Yes. So like an anti-hero thing, right? That's the term.
yeah. I mean, anti-hero still presupposes that they're the good guy. They just don't do good things. Well, like,
Does it?
yeah. What do you think hero means?
Well, it's anti-hero.
Right.
It's not hero. What does the anti mean, Somicron? Don't you
It
get
means that
smug with me.
the anti part there means that they do bad things. Like, they're a hero that kills people, i.e. Deadpool. But they're still, like, they're not evil. They're good guys that do bad things for good reasons. But
is Deadpool a good guy?
yes. In the broadest sense of the term, yes. Rescues his girlfriend, kills people that trapped mutants and sells them off as super slaves. Right? That's a good guy.
So that's a good guy thing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas someone like Walter White, it's like he might be doing it for his family to pay to make sure they can get set up. He's still setting up and ruining the lives of tens of thousands of people selling drugs.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Has anybody ever investigated how many people actually used his drugs?
Well,
Anyway,
if
it's
he's
a lot of
making
people.
the amount of money shown, it's like there's got to be
That's
more
true.
than 10.
That's true, especially once he hooks up with Gus. He's involved
Right.
in an empire that is putting out a ton of drugs. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think there are definitely more and more shows that are kind of like keying into the idea that people might just want to see the empire rise.
See, but here's the thing. I enjoyed Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Men's okay. Another example of this would be House with the anti-hero, right? House is an asshole. But
Yeah, he's anti-hero, yeah.
yeah, right?
The
But the
anti-hero
difference
Sherlock Holmes, yeah.
The difference between these shows and the ones that I tried to watch this weekend are there are people to root for in those other shows. Breaking Bad starts out, you're rooting for Walt because you understand where he's coming from. He's a cancer patient. He's getting screwed. He's trying to take back some control in his life. But eventually, my sympathy switched over to Jesse, and I started rooting for Jesse to make out of this thing alive. So that happened. In addition, House, a lot of decent people surrounding House involved in that show. There are a lot of decent characters for sure. I think most everybody else involved on the show is a borderline, just baseline good person.
Right.
Okay. And then same thing, I guess Mad Men has some good people too. But the difference is there are no characters in Ozark that are good people that I can root for. There are no people in Fleabag that I can root for. Zero people here. I get the anti-hero concept. I need somebody to be good.
I think I just found out. Is this the first revelation you've had that some TV isn't for you?
No. There's plenty of TV that I don't like, but this is the first time that I've found some shows that have been recommended to me that it's just nothing but bad people doing bad things. I don't like it.
Okay. Well, you found some TV that's not for you.
I did.
That's been recommended.
But the happy ending to the story is,
Yeah.
I'd also had recommended to me The Boys on Amazon.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
It was based on a graphic novel set in a superhero type world, but taken to, let me just say, without spoiling a whole lot, it takes the concept of power corrupts and applies it to a superhero society.
Okay.
Because traditionally, superheroes, largely, I'm not going to say all the time, because, I mean, DC and Marvel each have 8,000 comic books each. But largely, the heroes are good. They have power. They use it for good. They don't use it to satisfy their own needs. They don't use it for greedy purposes. They use it for good.
Usually,
right? Yes.
Yeah.
For the large part. Like, Superman is built around the ethos that he is incredibly powerful and he is an incredibly morally upright person. Ridiculously so.
Right. I have lots of issues with Superman, but yes, that is accurate.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not saying it makes good character. I'm just saying that's what he is.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this just explores the concept, what if these gods that walk among us are people? And what if the power corrupts them and turns them into something bad? Like, what do we do? What happens there, right? So there's that aspect of it. There's also another really good aspect where what if corporate America got a hold of the superheroes and just monetized the ever-loving crap out of them? Okay. What if they turn them into pop stars? What if they turn them into brands that mean something and are worth billions of dollars, right?
What's like the rate of superhero to normal person? Is this like a My Hero Academia world or like a Marvel world where there's like 12 superheroes?
That's a good question.
Planet?
In the first 4 episodes, they mentioned that there are 200 superheroes in the U.S. that are part of this corporation family.
Just part of the corporation, so there could be more?
Yes, there could be more, but...
So it's more like an X-Men kind of spread, where it's like mutants are popping up all over the place, but still the vast minority of people.
That's what I feel like, yeah. Because it's still... Like, criminals still commit crime. Right? If there were, like, it was a 75% quirk kind of situation going on here, then maybe there'd be fewer people willing to commit crime in broad daylight.
Well, you think that, but then My Hero Academia would have no leg to stand on because people still commit crimes. Like, even people with really terrible powers are still like, yeah, it's like, yes, no, it's bad.
Well, and then I think you totally have the same thing going on in My Hero Academia where there are different levels of quirks. There are powers that are significantly better than other ones that exist out there. So there's that going on.
I really want to say, just off topic, I really want someone to pitch the idea for My Hero Academia, but it's set in, I don't know, Europe or somewhere where it's not superheroes are like peacekeepers employed by the government, but it's a PMC situation where they're like rounding up and recruiting all the best quirk users for a private military force, and then like shenanigans. Slightly on the darker side than what Shonen Jump's probably gonna do with My Hero Academia, but I think that would be way more interesting.
And that's what The Boys is. The Boys is very much the darker side of something that My Hero Academia would never do. Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. Like, the heroes are basically, they have scripted events. The corporation has the ability to basically spy on, like, criminal organizations and know where the delivery of drugs is going to be, and then they just send the heroes there. Like, all right, beat these guys up. We'll have cameras there. Okay, thanks. Just pose for the camera, say your catchphrase, and then go home. Yeah.
So, hold on. Do the heroes act like... Do they still have to, like... when they get told where the event's going down, do they still have to, like, how scripted is it? Do they get there and like, all right, well, we've already subdued most of them. There's going to be like 3 for you to fight. It's going to be fine. We've got fire and safety and medics on standby. Or is it like, okay, we need you to actually go down and infiltrate? Are they still doing hero work, or are they just showing up for like the press release moment? And being like,
I mean, the couple
"Not today,
times that I've
evildoer."
seen, they do show up on their own and have to solve the problem.
Okay, so it's, I mean, a superhero who gets told where the bad guys are still a superhero, in my opinion.
Correct. Yeah, that's the thing. They're still heroes. They're still saving people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just this little edge of like, it feels staged, even though it isn't. Dunno.
Okay.
Anyway, it's great. I watched 4 episodes of it yesterday. You know why? Because there's someone in there that I can actually relate to as a human being and isn't a horrific person. It's nice.
On like the polar opposite of you is one of my favorite things, which is Warhammer 40k lore, and there are no good guys in that.
Yeah.
Like literally everyone you point to is horrifically monstrous in some way or another. Even the people who are like, if they didn't exist, humanity would be extinct a millennia ago, are still the people who are like, well, you're a criminal because you ground up rodents to spread over your nutrition bars to make them more palatable. So we're going to half lobotomize you, maybe mind scrub you, maybe not. You might be conscious. Stick you, turn you into like a servitor, and you'll spend like the next 10,000 years performing menial tasks, half alive, screaming, unable to speak.
Woo!
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it's not a good thing.
And those are the people like in charge of keeping humanity not extinct.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very The Boys.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like there's an armored car robbery.
Mm-hmm.
And like the heroes show up, laser beam one of the dudes, like just burn the gun and melt it onto his hand. Just like because, and then the other dude throw 100 feet into the air, and then he lands in a car 4 blocks away. Right? These are not merciful heroes. These are not here to take people alive. They just kill bad people, and they enjoy it. Like, it's cool. They're not trying to save any, like, there is no attempt to take people in alive at all. So,
Okay.
it's great. I like it.
I can probably get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So what was this called? The Boys. Oh,
We
look,
talked
I've got
about
it.
this. You have the Amazons. We know this. Yeah.
I have the Amazon's video. Yep.
Perfect.
I can probably watch this once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Speaking of watching things, last night I went out to the movies, and I saw the Rambo Last Blood movie.
Ooh, I've heard bad things about this movie, but why don't you tell me what you experienced?
Bad things.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so when coming out of the movie, my brother suggested a comparison, which is pretty accurate, which is it's Taken set in Mexico.
What? It's in Mexico. Oh, it's Taken set in Mexico.
Yes.
I didn't realize Rambo was in Mexico for this movie. I've seen the trailers. Okay.
It's set along Arizona and Mexico, so they kind of hop between the U.S. and Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's basically like Rambo's niece or something goes to Mexico, gets kidnapped, and then Rambo goes and tries to find her.
Oh, it's so much Taken. Holy crap, you're right.
There's like some. I'm gonna spoil it because
I'm
it
not
does.
seeing it.
Yeah, you're not seeing it, so if people don't want to hear it, skip for like a minute. It's even like very much the same. Like the niece in this version gets kidnapped, gets thrown into like sex trafficking and hooked up on drugs. Only this time she ODs after Rambo rescues her and dies, and then
Oh, what? This is dark.
yeah, it's dark. It's an R18 movie. I think even like Taken is only MA15.
Yeah, totally. It's PG-13 here.
Yeah, so it's dark, and then it's like, well, Rambo then just goes back south again, murders half of like the cartel or whatever.
Yep, sounds
and
about right.
like because they knew where he lived, because they like beat him up and stole his wallet.
Very
He
John
went back
Wick.
to Arizona and just like turned his farm into a kind of like almost Saw-esque murder house.
Oh, he Home Alones it.
Yes.
Why are there so many movies doing Home Alone recently? Weird.
I have no idea.
Is it at least
Yeah.
creative Home Alone, or it was like, oh, you made the light bulbs explode again? Good job.
Well, I mean,
Did the light bulbs explode, Somicron?
no, I don't think the light bulbs did.
Oh, okay, good.
It's creative in the sense of it's all things you would expect in an action movie. Where, right, it's like Home Alone was creative, but Macaulay Culkin never killed anyone, right?
Macaulay did.
He could have. He should have.
No,
but
if you hit somebody in the head with a full paint can at 30 miles an hour and knock them off the stairs, they're going to die.
probably
No saving that.
right. But in the movie, he doesn't
Correct.
die.
Correct.
Right.
He's fine. Yep.
In this, when he opens up like a trap door and two guys fall down into iron rod spikes and impale them 16 times each, and then Rambo opens up with like his M16 and dumps half a clip into each of them, they die.
Yes, they super die. See, once guns are involved, people can die.
Right. There's lots of like he has a farm, but he dug like massive labyrinth of tunnels underneath them for no reason because he's like 80 and needed something to do.
He was doing this before the kidnapping?
Yeah. That's just how he like spends his time trying not to be a psychopathic monster, I guess, because he's spent most of his life killing people. That he's just like digging these tunnels under Arizona.
And then, just happily, he ends up using them to kill people.
Yes. And so he's got like holes in one of the wall, and like so he can stick like a rod through it and like impales one dude in the brain. And then,
Whoa!
because all the bad guys are like running in pairs, he then lays down as the other guy turns into the wall and just up and fires through the wall. But because he's on the ground, he's cut another hole in the ground where he just takes his knife and cuts the guy's foot off and falls and then jabs it through his throat. Right? It's
This
very-
seems alright. I kind of think this seems okay.
It kind of seems okay, but it's a little silly in that like bad guys just keep walking in and you lose complete sense of how many there were to begin with. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we saw him set up 16 traps, so we're gonna make sure there's 16 people to kill.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the mooks start getting uncountable, it gets weird.
Yeah, especially because like these are like a Mexican cartel from the border, and it's like, okay, we saw very specifically 5 Jeeps roll in. How many people could they be carrying?
I mean, if they're clown jeeps, you know, upwards of like 500, but...
Yeah, yes, but it's not that many people. It's close, but it's not quite.
Wow. Is Sylvester showing his age? Where you're like, you're an old person now, dude.
Yeah, yes, he gets like wounded a bit. Like he gets, I think, shot in the shoulder, and then like a few minutes later, he's using like a compound bow, and it's like, that would be hard.
Okay, look. Man. You can do stupid generic hero gets injured injuries like getting shot in the shoulder. I'm down with that. But you can't then also have them use a compound bow immediately thereafter. Choose one, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, if you want like a good like sit down and popcorn and watch something like a little dark, I recommend it.
Which a lot of people die.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like unoriginal ideas and a lot of like stuff that kind of goes nowhere.
Okay.
For instance, he meets this journalist that saved his life at one point. At one point, like after his niece dies, and he's like, I'm gonna put the fear of God into them or whatever. He goes down and talks to the journalist, and because the journalist knows the doctor or whatever that healed him. He's like, look, I need your help with something. And he's like trying to like sell her on the idea of murdering all these people instead of like selling the story to mainstream media or whatever. And he sells it. She's like, okay. He's like, good. I need your help with something. She's not in the rest of the movie.
Oh, just disappears, huh?
Yeah, that's like literally her last scene.
Okay.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, it's also kind of short. Like I ordered, the large popcorn drink. And God damn it! I just reminded me of this. Hoyt's now uses paper straws, and
Ooh, yeah.
so I don't know if the movie was so short because it's only like an hour and 20 minutes that I didn't finish my drink because it's so short, or I didn't finish my drink because I didn't want to drink it through a soggy straw.
That's entirely fair. I'm on board with this.
Yeah. Paper straws, thumb down.
I'll keep that in mind. I've never tried one.
No?
The closest I've come is actually eating a pixie stick, which you might call them something else down there, because heaven forbid candy be called the same thing in different countries.
We have pixie sticks.
Are they drugs?
But they're... No, they're just long plastic tubes filled with variously colored sugar.
Oh, yeah. No, they're paper. There's paper ones here anyway.
No, ours come in plastic.
Yeah. No, I've seen those ones too. I've seen the ones that are plastic. But this one... Yeah. The candy's poured in the mouth, blah, 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 made out of paper or plastic. So.
Oh my god, the pixie stick straws that I'm seeing on Google Images are the straws used at Hoyt's.
Oh! They're
It's
just
exactly
repurposing
those.
pixie sticks.
Recycling at its best.
That's incredible. Just contact the candy manufacturers and be like, hey, we just need the paper part of the pixie stick. And they're like,
Well,
deal.
I mean, the candy manufacturers are probably buying their straws from the same place that Hoyt's is. It's like they're just distributing to both. That's probably exactly what's going on, because it's like, well, we need paper straws. They're already making them. Let's just get a deal as well.
Fair enough.
But the straws are useless. Don't know. It's like it decomposes halfway through a drink. It's not what you... And it gives everything a paper taste. It's like, okay, I'm drinking a Coke that doesn't taste like Coke. It tastes like paper.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Like,
No.
there's the whole matrix of drinking soda out of different containers. At least for me. Drinking out of aluminum, meh. Drinking out of plastic,
Aluminium.
a little bit better. Drinking out of glass bottles, the best.
Oh, yeah.
But then
glass
you
is
introduce
the
a
best.
straw that is made out of paper, and suddenly you're drinking out of paper, which seems like the worst of all worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know.
I wonder if like there's a drug cartel using pixie sticks to move cocaine. Like, it's powder in a tube. Why not?
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll talk to my cartel connections. Let's get that figured out.
Okay. I'm sure I'll hear back any day now.
Mm-hmm. Before the next pod, for sure. The restaurants I go to haven't actually transitioned at all to paper straws. Everywhere I go has got plastic straws.
Well, Utah doesn't care about the environment, it seems.
No, not even a tiny bit.
It's actually not what that means, but yeah.
Oh.
That's just like an inflammatory remark.
It is.
Um,
I know.
Because, yeah, no, plastic straws are like the perfect Venn diagram of making people feel like they're benefiting the environment without benefiting it at all, and like just making people feel good that they're like for the environment without doing anything. It's great.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I was even listening to another podcast where apparently in the UK the paper straws that McDonald's have switched to aren't even recyclable. So you can't like break down the paper and then reuse it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you just got to dump it as well.
I didn't know that. That's extra bad.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, not great. I was actually looking into the power sources for the Salt Lake Valley today. 'Cause
Okay.
I was talking about this
Planning
sort of
something I
thing
need to know
with
about.
somebody at with one of my coworkers. Wait, what?
Are you planning something? Like,
Nope,
okay.
not at all. But we were like, where do we get power from here? We didn't know, so we looked it up. And yeah, it's a combination of coal and natural gas for the most part. And none of the coal plants are in the valley. They're all like far away. And there's 2 gas plants that are in the valley, but they don't provide very much power. So I don't think they're really polluting all that much. But yeah, what was interesting to me, though, was that most of the coal plants were set to be closed down in the next 5 years or so.
Okay.
And there's actually talk about trying to build a nuclear power plant in the state, which hard to do. There's a lot of federal regulations about it that you have to get around, but I think that'd be cool. I'm down with nukes.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see more research go towards thorium reactors. But that's just super hard because when the US was like investigating nuclear as an option, it was like, if we use uranium, we can also make a stockpile and of weapons with the excess.
Right.
So
And they're like, 2 birds, 1 stone. Perfect.
pretty much, and Japan
Yeah.
was like, please no.
Yeah.
and then anime was born. But that's a story for another time.
It's true though.
On principle, I don't have a problem with nuclear reactions, nuclear reactors for energy. I think that'll be very, very useful until we can build Dyson spheres and just encapsulate the sun.
Right. The next step will be Dyson spheres. That's how science works.
I mean, ideally, I think when you drive through like neighborhoods and stuff, are there a lot of houses with their own like little solar panels on the top?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Guy came around a couple years ago and was like, "Look, we can put solar panels on your house. It'll take you like 15 years to pay it off, but you can use the savings in power to help with that, and you can get this." The government at the time had these discounts and like tax rebates for people who are doing this. So at the time I was like, it sounds okay, but I'd rather like pay off these student loans. So
Right.
we didn't do it, but a bunch of our neighbors did. You go through our neighborhood and there's at least, I don't know, I want to say it feels like 5 to 10% of the homes in the neighborhood have them. So actually on our circle, it's 3 of the 6 houses have them. So even a higher percentage there.
That's like 50%.
Yeah, it is. It's like 50%.
Yeah. I like solar. I like the look of riding through a place and seeing all the panels. I mean, like, yeah, they're generating power.
Yeah.
Which is totally just the, like, factory management game kind of person in me. Being like
Factorio, being like, yeah.
Yeah, being like, okay, we need it to manage the exact output of our power stations to what we're using on our constructors and conveyor belts at any place where you can get power. It's like, I just like seeing that. It ticks some sort of a box I have with those games. It's not necessarily an environmental thing.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I mean, I love the concept of solar, but I don't know that we're not at the efficiency level yet where we can like power entire cities on this in most parts of the country.
Oh, no. I mean, we could. We would just have to scale back our usage, which not happening.
Not happening, correct.
It's like, tell Times Square to just turn off for a bit, and then maybe.
Well, plus you need space to put them, too. Like, if you live out west, sure. Nevada has tons of open space. There's already tons of solar panels in the southern part of the state, especially. So somewhat doable there, but not in most parts of the country. So solar's cool.
Yeah. Like, solar's good, but it'll never be, like, the end-all of power production, because what about places like Scotland, where it just is cloudy for, like, 3/5 of the year?
Yes. That seems like an accurate estimation. Agreed. Yeah. These are questions. Again, I just think nuclear power is the best option. As far as efficiency goes, as far as general cleanliness goes, yes, nuclear waste exists, but I don't know. It's better for us than just pumping tons of coal waste into the air all the time. For certain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the federal government has a bit of a hate relationship with it right now. There's a lot of people who are ostensibly environmentalists who are opposing this kind of stuff. And every state is like, I'd rather not be the state all the nuclear waste goes to, because there was supposed to be this huge underground, under a mountain nuclear waste storage site set up at the Yucca Mountains in Nevada. Nevada has like 100,000 people in it. Okay, that's not true. There are a decent number of people in Nevada, but compared to the size of the state, there's nothing there.
Right.
And so that was the plan. We're going to put them under these mountains where nobody lives, and even if something bad happens, nobody lives there, right?
3 million. Yep.
Yeah, 3 million. And then the state officials were like, no, we don't want nukes here. And then they got people on board in Congress, and basically it's been blocked.
Well,
the construction on it has been stopped for a long time.
Yeah. Nuclear power doesn't necessarily mean nukes, though.
No, I know. Right.
Yeah. I just want to point that out, that like it's okay for a state to oppose wanting nuclear weapons in their zones. I think that's perfectly legitimate. If like you want nuclear power and don't want nukes, I think that's not like a dichotomy. Yeah.
Right. This was not where we want to put nuclear missiles in your state.
No,
it was we'd like to put nuclear waste in your state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, it does. Well, and so what it means now is that basically they're just putting the waste into barrels or covering them in concrete at the sites where where the power is being generated. Which I mean, I see the argument of we don't necessarily want to be transporting nuclear waste like thousands of miles with trains because, I don't know, accidents happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really good, like, terrorist targets, if you're worried about that. So, I get it. Like, it's probably, on some level, safer to keep it at home, and in other ways, it's not. And I don't know. I would like to start building more nuclear power plants in the U.S., because I think the last one built was, like, the 70s.
Ooh.
Let me see real
It's been a
quick.
while.
France is doing awesome. I think France is largely powered on nuclear already. I need to look that up, though. Let me take a look.
Yep.
Last time a nuclear power plant was built in the United States.
Oh, that's reminded me. Where they used to dump nuclear waste in the East Coast was in barrels off the coast of New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. The ocean has been the dumping ground of humanity for a long time. Super bad.
Yeah. Just reminds me of a joke, which is, I'm surprised Jersey Shore is the program that it is.
But no. Actually, I totally lied. The most recent one was 2016
Oh, where at?
in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. So there's a couple that were built there, 96 and 2016, one in 93, one in 90. So I don't know. There's a huge break there between 1996 and 2016, but there was
So if
one
they're
built
planning on-
recently, so that's nice.
Yeah, if they're planning on shutting down the coal the coal plants that are powering Utah, what are they replacing that with?
Right. The plan is nukes, not nukes. I
Okay.
keep saying nukes because I don't want to say nuclear because I mess it up in my head every time.
How do you mess up the word nuclear?
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
It's bad. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan from what the Wikipedia says about this. So
Okay.
let's see France. I said a thing about France. I want to fact check myself right now. Ba-da-da-da. The country's main electricity generation manages the country's 58 nuclear power reactors. So 58 power plants, 71% of the country's total production of power. That's
Okay.
pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's definitely a majority.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. There's a graph here too, actually. If you go to the page, ding,
Let's see.
on the right side there, it shows the rise of nuclear power. Like starting in 1984, it was 20-30%, and it's a nice,
Give it a minute. It's still
nice
loading for
raise
me.
up there. It didn't load.
No. Yeah. Wikipedia.org server IP address could not be found.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's amusing.
It is.
Let's give it another try. All right, there we go. Yep. Oh, so there was a dip in 2009.
There was. Is that Fukushima?
Well, Fukushima would be Japan, not in France.
No, but it was a national, like, everyone freaked out about it kind of a thing.
Oh, everyone freaked out, so like, let's tone down the nuclear.
Right. No, that was 2011. But that actually, where is that exactly on the graph?
Like, what happened in 2011?
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's
the graph stops at like 2010.
It does. Oh,
So-
no, it doesn't.
Mine does. Is there another graph or another way to view it?
Well, because
Or
04
these,
to 09 is 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then
increments?
09 is 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's close enough.
It is. It looks like it's around there, but I can't quite tell. Is that?
So what
No,
happened
that's
in
too early.
2009 that made them need less power?
I don't know. Recession?
Maybe. That was 2008.
Well, yeah, but the effects thereof, I don't know. 2009 French recession. The French economy in 2009. A recession of unprecedented... And it stops there. Hang on. Let me finish reading this headline. Translate this page for me, Google. Go. Oh. A recession of unprecedented scale since Second World War. That's it. Biggest recession since 1940s. Holy crap. That would do it.
Yeah.
So power requirements are less. We solved a mystery.
Well, I mean, power requirements were less for like a year, and then they jumped right back up to where they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strange.
Yes, maybe that's a couple years. You think that's represents 1 year?
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking 2004 was 2008. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's probably about 2 years, 2-3 years. Cool.
Cool. We learned a lot. This is a learning podcast today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna rebrand as educational.
Yes, we should do. What else is going on? Is there more GSL? Where's more GSL?
Oh well, the grand finals have been
Yeah.
played. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to say I accurately predicted the winner with Rogue.
It's true. You did. Good job.
Yep.
Good job by you.
Yep.
4-0 though. Like that is a decisive victory.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross.
Rogue played really well.
I mean,
I have
for
not
Trap
seen the games, so.
Me neither. But go 3-0 over Keen and then 4-1 over Maru and then get 4-0'd himself is it's rough stuff. I've heard talk on the Discord servers that Trap is overrated, so I don't know how true that is. Okay, so Season 3 Codas just wrapped up.
So then we have Super Tournament. Nation Wars is currently going on as a recording.
Yep.
And then it's BlizzCon.
So Super Tournament, we've got our seedings there.
Oh, do we?
We do. Super
I have
Tournament
a look?
number 2.
Well, as you are the victor, as per the standardized rules, you get first pick.
I
of
sure
your
do.
One player.
Excellent. Remind me how this works out of I get the first pick.
You get so for the playoffs, we each only get to pick one player,
Okay.
and it's dependent on how far they go, whether or not you win or lose.
All right, deal.
So you pick Rogue and I pick Trap, whoever makes it the furthest. And if they both get to the same, it's number of maps won.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Rogue it is. It's easy.
You going with Rogue?
Based on recent events, makes sense anyway. He does have to match up against Stats first. How does that make any sense? How is Stats his first round matchup? What kind of reward is that?
It's not a reward. He hasn't won anything yet.
He won the last GSL. Kind of.
Which is why he gets first seeding.
I know. He gets first seeding, and the first seeding means you go against Stats.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
I have no idea how these grand matchups were made, by the way.
Me neither.
I have no clue. Yeah.
Gross. All right, so who you taking? I mean, Maru's here and everything.
Maru is here, but I don't have faith.
Fair, especially with Stats right there, man. Like,
Right. Here's the thing. If he was on the other side of the bracket, I would totally take it.
Yeah, but I'm taking Rogue. Like, either, right? If Stats wins and then knocks out Maru, you still made it further than Rogue did.
True,
Right?
but Rogue just for Trap. I think he'll do well against Stats.
You think Stats is better than Trap?
Yeah.
A lot, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think Rogue's still really damn good.
Yeah.
If he doesn't 4-0 him, which he won't, he'll because it's a best of, it's best of 5. I think he'll, it'll be close, maybe 3-2, but I still think Rogue will take it.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm actually going to take TY.
Wow, that's out of nowhere. Okay. I mean, not out of nowhere. TY's a great player.
Yeah, TY is a great player. He's the only other horseman participating, and he's got probably the easiest opponent, I think, there, which is Ragnarok.
True fact. And then it's Parting
Yes.
and Solar in the next round, which I think he can beat both those players too. That's not bad.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's playing the bracket.
Yeah, smart. My bracket is scary. Dark and Maru.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Again, should we be afraid of Maru? Maybe not.
maybe not. Also, I did have another thought about the rules, which is because on group stages, for tournaments with group stages, not like this one, because we're doing like a point system to see who gets first pick in the bracket, if we both have equal points after prediction there, and let's say Cyril's playing, and because we both have equal points and neither of us has the right, quote unquote, to go first, and we both take Cyril, if we can agree that Cyril is the favorite, I will let you go first, or whoever like won the last tournament, maybe a little fairer, but neither of us can take Cyril. Like if we can agree that the one player is super heavily, like if we both want one player, but in the rare event that we have equal points and neither of us gets picked first, if we can agree, neither of us can take him. But
Just removes them from the pool. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Sounds fine.
If it's rare case. I don't think it'll happen, but it's good to have the rules written.
Having contingencies is always fine. No one ever complains because something was anticipated.
True fact.
Yeah. Cool. So TY versus Rogue. They can only meet in the final if they do.
Yes.
Let's see who else is over here. Sue. Sue's here.
Sue can beat Impact, I think. I would say
it's ZVZ, which I largely view as a coin flip, which we've argued about. But
yes, we have. Yeah. But Sue is like a 50th time second place runner-up in everything.
He is.
Impact's
and he's a one-time winner of the whole thing by himself.
Sure. I think Sue's skill should not be underestimated, even in ZVZ.
Okay.
Yeah. When was the last time Impact won something?
Oh, boy. Got nothing for you there. Should we find out?
Let's have a look at this page. 2014. No.
Yeah. Last time he did anything in a premier tournament, Life was still playing, so that tells you something.
That is 2014.
Yeah. He ended up taking second place overall in DreamHack Bucharest. Got 3-0'd by Life. Oh, Life, I miss you so much.
I don't.
And then other than that, it's just some major victories and other stuff we don't care about.
Yeah, it's sort of like round of 32 in GSLs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Impact. Show us and we'll believe in you.
Yep. Just do better.
So you definitely can beat Impact. I'm not worried about him beating Gumio or Cure. He's been doing okay this year, but I don't think Rogue's worried about him. So yeah, I'm worried about Rogue beating Stats, Dark, Maru, and Sue. I don't like my position all of a sudden.
Too late.
No
backsies.
Nope. No backsies. Gotta ride the Zerg to the end, man. Have we decided what my punishment will be if I lose this one? 'Cause remember how we're doing this before the results happen? Okay.
It's true.
All right. Have you thought about this? Because...
No, yeah, I still haven't changed since like BlizzCon last year. You have to make a reaction video of an episode of anime of my choosing, which since I have to like put it out there, I did have a problem with this, which is to find the worst video, like the worst episode of anime that I can find, I actually have to watch the anime, so it's kind of like
that is a flaw.
It's a minor flaw, but I'm going to say the first episode of the anime Keijo.
Keijo. No idea what this is. How do you spell
this
it? K?
Keijo.
Oh. Google doesn't know what this is, by the way. Oh, we got it.
Yeah, it does.
Does now. It is, okay, officially, Keijo with 7 exclamation marks after.
Oh, yes. I forgot that.
Promising gymnast Nozomi Kamishani abandons a shot at the Olympics to enter the exciting high-stakes world of Keijo, but her dreams of earning wealth for her poor family clash with the challenging reality she faces on the way to the top.
Yeah. So the game of Keijo is kind of like, it's a water sport where you have to knock the other person off the platform.
Cool.
But
I'd watch this.
But you're only allowed to attack by swinging your breast and butt at them.
Oh, well, never mind. I wouldn't play that. I don't have any breasts. No. Great. That's incredible. 94% of people like this TV show, according to Google. IMDb gives it a 6.8 out of 10 rating. Seems more accurate. All right. Well, wow. Okay. I'm afraid to click on any of these links. I'm staring at the Google results page, and I'm like,
Just try the first one. See what you're in for.
Keijo Epic Battle. All right, here we go. 4.5 minutes.
Also, you need to suggest something for me.
Oh, yeah. We're going to stick with the Disney princess theme. And what's another classic? Why did she fall in? Sorry, I'm distracted by this real quick. What did she... She didn't even hit her. What the crap? How did that happen? Dude, explain this to me now.
She's so fast you can't see it. That's all.
Oh, she is making contact. She's just freaking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. She's so friendly, but she's Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway, great. Okay, what song should I do? Disney princess songs. I've done some classics. We haven't done Paint with All the Colors of the Wind, have we? No,
I
we
don't know
have
what
not.
that is.
That's Pocahontas. You really
Never
need to
seen it.
watch your Disney movies.
No, I really don't.
All right. Yep. Is that the official name of the song? Blah, 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 blah. Colors of the Wind. That's the name of it.
How long is this song?
I don't know. Probably as long as Part of Your World. The YouTube video is 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
All right.
Oh, it's such a good one. I'm so sad you don't know any of these songs already, Somicron. Your childhood was deprived.
No, it really wasn't. It was just had better standards.
Wow. All right. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it. So we're gonna. I mean,
One of these games played. 3
Oh, good
days, 2
question.
days. 2 days, 5 hours is rugby stats. 3 days, 5 hours. Solidly party. So, yeah. They'll all be done within 5 days. That's cool.
they'll all be done
Within the week.
the first
Yeah.
round.
No, all of them.
The whole thing?
If you click on the little information mark on the finals, best of 7,
Oh.
it says October 6th.
Oh,
So,
Sunday. I mean, Monday if you're a time traveler. Cool.
Yep.
All right, that's perfect. This will work out very nicely. And then people, well, I was going to say people could watch along with us, but the podcast might not be out in time. I don't know, man. Your schedule's your schedule. I never know when it's going to come out.
yeah, it's true. It just depends, like, what extra work I have. Like, if I have to sing a song, it's going to delay it by 2 days.
Fair point.
Yep.
Entirely fair. And how much Gears of War you need to play?
Yep.
How's that going? Keeping your interest?
I mean, I would like to play more, but it's like what I have, like, what's left for me to do, which isn't like replay the story or whatever. I need other people, and I just don't have people.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. I mean, you had Fatty's married now. He
yes.
might be available for
Congratulations,
stuff.
Patty.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
What? But-
Because he's got the wedding, but now he's on the honeymoon, right? That's how that
You're
works.
right. I forgot about honeymoons. All right. Fair enough.
And then after that, the wife moves in, and he gets, like, I don't know, trapped in his office trying to support the family. I don't know. 3 kids come along. Fatty's never gonna play StarCraft ever again. That's how that works.
I mean, can't really say you're that wrong. Dang it. Anyway, congratulations, Fatty, though.
Yes. Congratulations, Fatty.
The pictures are amazing. You probably have to join Fatty's Discord to see them. So good luck with
Yes.
that. There's so much stuff. I'm drawn to all the food in this one picture. Did you see this one?
I think I've seen them all.
He posted
Is it the one where he's at the? Yeah.
like 7 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they're in the red clothes
Yep.
this time. Like,
Look
for
at
some
all
reason,
that.
there's
There's 3
that's
people.
a lot of food. Yeah. Well, I mean, not that there's 3 people, but they had like 3 different outfits,
Oh yeah, this is
each
involved
more
stuff, man.
magnificent than the last.
Uh-huh. Maybe
like,
that's the point.
wow.
You show up with a great outfit on, and then everyone's like, wow. And then the next time they see you, it's even better. And they're like, whoa. And then you really blow their minds with round 3. I think this is how this works.
Maybe.
I'm guessing. I don't understand clothes.
But Fatty, if you ever hear this, we also need your help with a legal question of if I, as not a U.S. citizen, have my mail delivered to Falcon's house, who is a U.S. citizen, and he opens my mail, is that a felony?
Done.
Yeah.
Can I be prosecuted by anybody for this crime?
Yeah. No, maybe Australian police.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody.
Does America have extradition?
Yeah, with different countries, right?
Okay.
So let's look at U.S., Australia, extradition treaty. Because, like, some countries will only extradite people if the death penalty isn't involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, holy crap, this was signed by Gerald Ford. This is old. Guess we haven't had much reason to change it. Persons shall be delivered up according to the provisions of this treaty for any of the following offenses: murder or willful murder, manslaughter, aggravated or willful wounding or injuring, blah, blah, blah. Human trafficking, murdering children, bigamy. It's like killing children, manslaughter, being married to two people at once, kidnapping. So we've got robbery, larceny, embezzlement, obtaining of any property, money, or valuable securities by false pretenses or any other form of deception. This is basically like every kind of law ever. It's 20. It's like
That last
28
one
things.
sounds like mail fraud.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep.
I think it does.
I mean, I don't know about you, but it sounds like a free holiday for you. Fly to Australia on the government's dime.
Fly to Australia on the government's dime, sit in Australia jail for a while. Sounds great. No, but seriously, like they listed out every possible crime that could be committed instead of just being like, whatever. Like, somebody here breaks the law and you want them back to prosecute them, we'll give them back.
It has to be like explicit.
I
It's the law.
guess.
No gray areas.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, like we are totally down for extraditing U.S. citizens to Australia. So, but the crime would be committed in the U.S., not in Australia, but it would be committed against an Australian citizen. We really need an attorney for this.
Yes, we do. If only we knew an attorney.
I know. If only. Perhaps one day we will. Anyway. All right. Time to wrap this thing up, I think.
Yep.
Let's
Put a bow on it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to us today. Please check out the merch store. We have some pretty awesome shirts there, if I do say so myself. Somebody bought one just recently, so you won't be alone. Maybe you'll see them on the street.
We have a new shirt out. Please buy it.
Yes, please check it out and buy it because it's amazing. Additionally, feel free to support the podcast on Patreon. There's a link in the show notes. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out with us and spending your time with Falcon Paladin and Somicron. And you take care of yourself.